Hello everyone, this is Kyle Drew, and I'd like to welcome you back to today's show. I think you're really going to love the next couple episodes that I have planned, and that's because I'm going to be dedicating a series specifically to film. And what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to take you into a theater, and we're going to see the projection booth. I'm going to show you the how all the equipment operates up there, and I'm going to interview a projectionist who's going to describe how audio works on film, how different aspect ratios work on film, different past film technologies, and we're also going to talk about some of the future developments that are on the near horizon. So I'd like you to join me as I go over to the Hyland Theater, and I'll see you there in a few minutes. And I'm here with Victor from the Hyland Cinema, and he's a projectionist here who works in the projection booth, and I'm just going to talk to him for a few moments just kind of about what his job is, what he does, and how that relates to film. So Victor, I guess first question would be, what's the first thing that you do, like before you do a film? What's kind of the first steps that you have to take when you're getting ready to project a film?
Well, when a film arrives here, I pretty much get it up here on the workbench and check out the format, check out the condition of the film, and for instance, if it's come from another theater, it might be damaged, so I'd want to report that immediately, just so we might be able to get another print or something like that. But if all of that checks out, then it has to be assembled, so all the heads and tails come off of each 20-minute reel, and it'll all be assembled out there onto the platter. What we have here is our platter, 2 films. The entire film is on the platter, all in one piece. However, I'm going to be showing a couple of trailers on this show, so I have those here, and we're going to do that the old-fashioned way. That way I can show these 2 trailers in front of both films without having to insert them into the film and then take them back out of the film. And we have 2 projectors here, which is not a common thing at theaters, but this gives us the flexibility to do changeovers. We can also run a film reel to reel and bypass that platter completely. But in the old days, this is how it was done with 2 projectors. This theater opened in 1933, and that's how they operated up until a couple of years ago. I'm threading the film inside the projector. So this is all ready to go.
Okay, now what are these smaller reels that we see here on the table here? Can you show maybe what those...
Yeah, these are trailers. They all come on little cores like that.
Okay.
And actually, a feature film will come on a core like this, maybe a little bigger when they're first printed.
When I was talking with you before about the multiplex theaters, you said that they don't really have the separate trailer reels. Like, are they all incorporated onto the main reel?
It all gets built up on the platter before the film. Even the
would the projectionist do that? Would the projectionist take the trailer and then physically glue it or whatever onto the main reel?
Yeah. So now I'm going to thread the film. This is the center ring. When the film runs through, it'll go through the projector and back onto this center ring on another platter. This film is 2 hours and 20 minutes or so. And this, by the way, is what you'll find at all the multiplexes of the world. The main point of the platter is that you can run an entire film all in one piece, and when it's done, no rewinding is required. Where on a reel, you'd have to rewind. This is a rewinder for 20-minute reels or the big reels. And So it's basically going to get it back to the beginning so it's ready to run again. So you can imagine how long I mean, this is 4 minutes, and you can imagine how long a 2-hour movie would take to rewind. Another good thing about the platter is there's less film wear because there's just the running of it, no rewinding. Right now this is putting a little bit of wear on the film. Not a lot, but a little. And a bad thing about the platter system is the fact that it's out in the open air all the time. So the film is exposed more, whereas on reels, it comes off the reel, goes into the projector, back to another reel, so there's less exposure to dust and so on. So we're pretty much ready. I'm just going to turn the breakers on. Turn my music down. And we're on screen. So when those trailers end, I'll actually do a seamless changeover to the feature from that projector to this projector. In the back, I can adjust, you know, the position of the light out on the screen, which, by the way, has to be periodically adjusted. So we're coming to the end of this trailer now. So you're going to see a transition. Not only a transition, but we're going to go from the 1.85 flat format to the CinemaScope format. And here we go. So we are now changed over. As you can see, the way it's wrapping, when it's done, the movie will be ready to roll again without any rewinding. Before they came up with platters, which they came up with in the 70s, most theaters used to run off big reels, and they even had really big reels where you could fit an entire movie, but you had to rewind, so you had to have a long intermission. If you take care of the film, if you do everything right every step of the way and keep a really clean environment, I've seen movies that have run over a year and you can barely tell. There's a little bit of dirt build up over time, but it's not that bad, no scratches. And yet at the same time, I've seen a movie that's played 2 or 3 days that looks like it's 5 years old. Film is so much better than what we're seeing. It's just that we're abusing it so much, and it's going to make the transition to digital seem like a huge improvement when really, you know, they're kind of neck and neck right now. As a matter of fact, if we wanted, we could make film a lot better than it is, and digital would have a ways to go yet, but unfortunately that's not the case. So.